Fishing is fun, but hooking is the only way. We're gonna show you how to catch some fish today.
So hey guys, this is my weekly report for the 12th of October, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. I've been in the fishing industry for like over 30 years. I get all my reports from me being on the water 3-4 days a week, friends, customers. I got guides that are talking to me all the time. So all my reports that I'm telling you are current, so you could actually go out this weekend and actually catch a lot of fish. One of the things I want to tell you, I'm doing this report up at Pyramid Lake. I'm up here with a friend, Gabe, and this is my first time here. And these trout fishing up here is unbelievable. I mean, we caught a couple in the 20-pound class. We got quite a few in that, 8 to 12-pound class. I think we ended up for like 68 or 70 fish for the day. So look out for the video I got coming out pretty soon. But I'm going to show you how we did it up here at Pyramid. Got lucky. 2 inches longer than Denise's.
Keeps dreaming. No. Oh, that's a blooper. And then no. Oh, and we were gonna measure it, but just happened to slip out.
So locally, let's get into the report. In our area. So first, I want to tell you, I was out last week, and I went striper fishing, and I found a pretty good sized school out on the San Joaquin River. I caught one over 22 pounds in 1.8 feet of water on top water. And I had another good one on, and we were also throwing 5-inch white fish traps and the swim baits with a 1/2 ounce jig head. And we were also throwing them in 1.8 to maybe 3 feet of water. And we caught a bunch of fish. Top water, nice one, 2 feet of water. There you go. So there's a lot of fish down in the delta right now. So as it gets cooler, you need to get down there. A lot of guys are catching them trolling also. Most of the fish have been on the San Joaquin side, and then on high tide on the outgo, they've been catching some on the west bank. But I think your best bet is on the San Joaquin side. If the fish are shallow like I'm doing it, you almost have to cast for them. But you could also stay in that 4 to 6 foot range, put a rattle trap on there, let it out about 80 feet behind the boat, and go downstream. And you want to run, probably about 3 miles an hour when you're pulling them things. So striper fishing is good. I expect it to get a lot better. The water temperature cooled down to like 68 degrees. So pretty soon, I'll be doing a lot of top water action. So look out for that video also. So other things happening around, Pardee's doing some trout plants. So if you want to do some trout fishing, you could get up there. They just dumped a load this last Friday because a friend of mine was up there getting ready to put the boat in, and he saw them dumping them. So he just left the boat on the trailer, got out his stuff, and started catching them off the bank. So they're starting to plant pardee. Comanche hasn't done it yet, but they will when the weather starts cooling. So you could go up in the Sierras, but you got to check and see which lakes are open that you can get into. Also guys, all the higher in the Sierras, the lakes, you could go there and catch trout. So bass fishing in the area. So actually the delta, it's actually really good down there. The other day when we were out there throwing topwater for stripers, we're getting ready to quit, so I wanted to just check. It's a little early right now, but I put on a spinnerbait and started throwing it in the tulies and the current, and we picked off some nice fish. I caught one in a little over 4 pounds. So the bass fishing down the delta, I hear some guys are having a little problem, but I think it's going to bust open any day. As far as lakes, I've been doing a lot of spooning and been going to berryessa. I went to Folsom and been catching a lot of fish. In the fall, those fish move up, and I love to spoon. I was up at berryessa, and those fish are probably in 35 to 55 feet of water. And I noticed that they're hanging on real steep drop-offs. So you can look at your contour maps and then go out there and graft and find those humps. And most of the humps I've been fishing, the tops are in 30, where it drops down to like 65, and I've been catching a lot of fish on that steep break there. And I'm throwing the bladerunner 1 3/4 ounce spoon, and once in a while I'll throw Hopkins. Oh yeah, one of the things, you know, I told you guys earlier, I was up at Pyramid. That flutter spoon killed him this morning. Rick's flutter spoon that I did on bass and stripers, we killed him on it. And also throwing his 3.5 ounce one, the big one, caught a lot of fish on that one too. So, and the other fish, I mean, his bladerunner spoons are one of the best barb I done. Get the scale from there.
I think this is going to be a slot limit. Oh, no, he's not.
It's just...
No, he's not. He's a big one. Oh, he's actually a big one.
That's a nice one. What are you talking about?
It's just a lazy one.
I'll let him ride around for a little bit.
See, that one has a bright pink mark on it.
This is a nice one. This is a picture-worthy one.
So berryessa, the lake level is still dropping. It's dropping about 8 inches a week, and the water temperature is rising again, which is not a fall pattern. The only thing right now in the fall pattern is the days are shorter. So the fish know days are shorter, but the water temperature is rising, but the fish are still biting. So berryessa is a good place to go, you know, if you guys want to go bass fishing. So other things going on. The halibut fishing in the bay has been really good. They've been showing up in big numbers again. So when you get those slow slack tides, it's a good time to go out there. I don't know if the bait receiver is still open. You know, you might want to ask around. You know, it's getting kind of late in the year, but you can catch them on tray baits, and you're basically going to be in there trolling with the anchovy. And I wouldn't even put a dodger. You could put a dodger if you want, but you don't need to. And then, you know, with the dropper, and then put the bait about 3-4 feet behind it and just throw. And they're actually doing really well. And I'm sure you could catch them on the North Bar if you get out there. I'm still hearing reports of salmon being caught out there. A friend of mine was out there the other day and got one over 25 pounds. The albacore scene, actually, they're catching some bluefin on the other side of the Farallon Islands. I know some guys, Jay Lopes and them, were out there, and they caught 3 nice ones. They look like they're in the 150-pound class, somewhere around in there. But I've heard other guys hooking up, and most of the guys going out there don't have heavy enough equipment. They're only using like 50 or 60-pound equipment, and it's a tug of war. Most of the time, the fish will win. Fort Bragg is still good. They're going out about 30 miles, but if you're headed up there, I'd always check and watch the currents and make sure that currents are coming toward the shore, not away, because it could drift out 10, 15 miles overnight. And a lot of the boats that, you know, you're going out after you get out past 30 miles, you're kind of pushing it. So watch out. You can head up there. The fishing's good. Check the weather. My tackle tip for this week, guys, watch the video this last Monday. We did the video. I did it on side scanning, showing you how to work it, where to do your settings. But one of the things that I don't know if I've mentioned or not, but you know, on the transducer, it's about this long. On one end, it has a wire. So when you put that transducer mount on your boat, you want the wire same direction as your boat. You want it forward, because if you don't and you put it backwards and the wire comes up your transom, your units are different. So you could go in advanced settings and hit the flip-flop button so it'll flip it around. So remember, if you got the wire pointing straight toward the bow up this way, then just leave it alone. If the wire's coming out the back and up your transom because you put it underneath, then you need to go into the advanced setting and flip-flop it. Otherwise, you're going to be looking at things backwards. That's my tackle tip for the week. So guys, you know I put out 2 videos a week. On Monday, I put one on teaching you guys how to fish, and then on Wednesday, I do my reports. My reports are real current, so you know you guys could actually watch the video and know what to do. Please hit the like button and the subscribe, because it'll help my channel out a lot. I appreciate you guys watching it, If you look in the bottom, click that little button down there, you can leave me a comment and I will get back to you and try to answer you. And usually I'll respond within 2 or 3 days. So that'll be my report for this week, and I'll see you guys next week.
Fishing is fun, but hooking is the only way. We're gonna show you how to catch some fish today.